Yo, does he have a painting of Harambe?
Well, people still remember Harambe.
Totally uninteresting.
Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani.
And I'm just going to brood this entire time.
As well, today's episode is clearly the theatrical cut because we're adding narration. Yes, we're going to be playing Blade Runner on PC.
Hence the attire.
Oh yeah. So Ian wanted to get to the spirit of Blade Runner
Exactly.
and the spirit of Harrison Ford because he didn't have
I don't have Deckard's pistols, so I got a different Han Solo gun. Or a different Harrison Ford weapon.
There we go. Nailed it. Okay. So this is a point and click adventure from Westwood, who are otherwise famous for Command and Conquer. Though this isn't their only point and click. They also have a series called The Legend of Kyrandia, or however you're supposed to say it. I've only seen it written. But this one's pretty interesting. It's pretty technology pushing, so we'll see what technology pushing at the point that they brought the game out looks like.
Indeed.
Yes.
You rebel scum.
Yeah. So
do you ever see the deleted scene where it's just after that Imperial officer calls Han rebel scum and he just goes, scum? Like he's just incredibly offended.
Come on, scoundrel is one thing, but scum? Yeah, so if people are wondering, like, why are they subtitling text? It's because the subtitles can be in multiple languages. And this text is clearly baked into the pre-rendered cinema, so... So this is, licensing for Blade Runner is fun. Apparently, the Blade Runner partnership were shopping it around for a game. We're shopping the rights around to game publishers, and basically the publishers of this one were kind of like the last people they came to, and I guess they got the license because they had an idea to do an original story set around the events of the movie.
Lion King 1.5, if you will.
Yeah, so Deckard isn't actually in the game. He's kind of like, I think at one point you're in the same place as him. You can kind of get a glimpse of him in the background, but you never actually meet him.
Ah.
So instead, you're playing as an original character who is doing a parallel investigation at the same time. Which is good because the rights for Blade Runner are a mess, and they were a mess even then. So it turns out they wouldn't actually have been able to use any movie footage. In fact, they couldn't even get the rights for the soundtrack. The soundtrack is a recreation done by Frank Klepacki, who was their, the in-house composer. He, of course, did all the famous Command and Conquer music.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one?
Yes, if I haven't mentioned it already, this is definitely not a family-friendly game. So, if people missed a warning at the beginning of the episode.
Don't want to. Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week.
Yo, does he have a painting of Harambe?
Well, people still remember Harambe. Yeah.
We're not here to buy, little man.
Yeah, I forgot if it already mentioned it, but of course most animals are extinct in the Blade Runner's far future of 2 years ago.
Indeed.
So
am I.
So that's why you have, rare animal shops, and what these guys are about to do is considered a very, very serious crime.
Oh, please don't.
And what else might we interest you in today?
Yes, we are also,
Some virtue.
as recently with Mystery House, we were playing this with the Scum VM,
I'm begging you.
which is very handy because one, getting the original game to run is kind of hard,
But what
and two,
honor, little man, at what
it's
price?
what a lot of games did is they don't let you have voice and text at the same time. You could either have subtitles
Tiger burning bright.
or voice. I don't know why so many games did that during this era.
That's pretty weird.
It is weird, but this will be good for us because
I was just finishing up my 12 out
we'll have the text here in case we're talking over
considering that the most action I'd seen all night
dialogue.
was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
But this is a pretty ambitious game. There's actually a lot of randomization in the game. So there are two characters that will always be replicants, but there's also a large group of characters that may or may not be replicants. And it's like determined randomly at the beginning of the game.
Oh, that's neat.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk.
So
Yours truly led the cleanup crew.
also that I think there are like 13 different endings too, depending on your actions in the game.
Work I'd seen.
Uh-huh.
And supposedly the character, all the NPCs are like AI controlled rather than having like specific scripting. They have goals they will attempt to complete.
Guza was one of the
Huh.
old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly
So
way
that's
about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him.
pretty interesting. Assuming it actually works, I don't know. I haven't. I played this briefly in high school because somebody had installed it on one of the computers in the computer lab in my high school.
Looks like you got this one by default.
You really
And
know
I've been
what
wanting to play this
you
game again for like 20 years. So
Done it, Runcitors who are
this is
like
the first time I'm actually doing it.
schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like a
So I have like
billion chin
vague
gauges.
memories
And the one
of
that's handed
playing it
job
briefly.
detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special
So
assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
and
Couple of floors were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser.
remember when this
Dressed up
was
like
cutting
nuns,
edge
they never had a
CG?
chance.
Right.
Bet. You put him on the machine.
Hell no.
Uh,
There's a little thing in here called the magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
yeah, but
I'm working on it.
What's good
it looks pretty bad now. But I'm sure
Granted, I'm
this,
pretty sure this is how Cyberpunk 2077 is running on PS4 and Xbox One.
yeah, pretty much. No, I think the frame rate's too good.
True.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of it.
And there are no penises hanging out.
no, that's true. That's true. I mean, maybe later in the game.
You can stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
I don't know. Actually, when I was testing, I was having a weird problem. The audio was a little behind, so it seems to be working correctly today, which is good. There we go. They're explaining why this is so bad that they've killed all those animals.
Plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries.
That's actually
No
from the book.
self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
The your main character in the book actually has an electric sheep.
Well, that is the question.
Yes.
Do robots dream of electric sheep?
Before we do anything, I will actually go into the menu quick. We have this the Knowledge Integration Assistant, or I think that's what the KIA stand for. That here's our money. That lets us sort through a lot of things, and I just want to do quick is an interesting thing. I can is it in the options? Yeah, there you go. So you actually can choose from different ways your character will carry on conversation. You can be polite, normal, surly, or erratic, and you can choose to pick them all manually.
Huh, that's kind of neat.
That's kind of neat. I think I'm actually going to leave it on normal, just in the interest of time, and so the conversation will just progress without us having to go through it bit by bit. But I wanted to point that out before we started. So I think the first thing I want to do is talk to the cop here on duty and get the rundown before I start interviewing people and picking up clues.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed.
So I imagine we might have gotten some different
It's a
different-
goddamn tragedy.
different choices if
How's
we'd
old man Runsiter holding up?
State of shock.
picked a
He's been
different,
moaning and complaining about his world
state
caving in.
there.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight.
Yeah. All right. So now we sounds like we got people speaking Chinese in the background.
Well, I believe that's common in the Blade Runner universe.
Yep.
Piece of chrome.
From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome. Bag it and tag it.
I like the sarcastic response. Let's see if any of these people have seen anything.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Anybody else I can talk to? I can check out the fire hydrant. Sure, why not?
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
There you go. Yeah, so we want to be thorough. Apparently, other Blade Runners can get ahead of you and retire replicants
I
before
already
you
checked
do.
for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
Make sure the lab boys run them through the mainframe, human and rep.
Yeah, so that looks like everything we can find outside, unless this is different.
Unless you can now talk to the officer now that he's been talking to people.
Trash, my expectations weren't too high.
We'll try talking to him one more time, see if he has anything different to say. And then we'll head inside. Yeah, this is actually a reference to
Anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
geez, what was it Philip K. Dick did the book? Right, it's a Philip K. Dick book, am I remembering correctly? Anyways, this is one of his other books. Runs through.
Who wrote the book that Blade Runner is based on? Alan E. Norse.
Jeez, completely wrong. But yes, that's one of his other books. Runs through his main character. So that's a reference.
His right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness.
Wait.
There appeared a lot more control.
Let me see here. So here's something interesting.
McCoy, LPD.
So,
Absolutely certain
the Blade Runner,
involved in this heinous act.
the name,
She's the young girl who
because
works for the-
as people know,
She's responsible
the
for all
original
this
book
mayhem?
that this is based on is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep
Two men
Yes.
acting in
by
concert,
Philip K. Dick.
obviously.
Yes.
Obvious.
Which I've read.
However,
They look like.
Blade Runner came from the book Blade Runner by Alan E. Norse.
Ah.
Although elements of the Norse novel recur in a pair of 2002 films, it is largely... Yeah, so... It was the source for the name, but no major plot elements of the 1982 Blade Runner adapted from the novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick, though elements of the Norse novel recur in a pair of 2002 films also largely adapted from Dick's work, Imposter and Minority Report.
Where's my Minority Report?
I believe this is the disc from last night.
Okay, that's useful.
Because, gots to make life confusing.
Mm-hmm. Let's so now we got some info now. So as you can see, it's kind of here's our evidence that we currently have. There's only so much we can do before we analyze it at the
At the precinct?
police station. Yeah.
Some kind of tool. No luck, but but it looks like we've got some latents.
Okay, so they're just gonna
I'm
replay
absolutely
stuff.
certain
Yep.
Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act.
There we go. So as
This
you can
dude
see,
is a jerk.
yeah. Okay, so I don't think he'll say anything different until we get some more evidence, but I just want to.
Okay,
what he does.
Think of anything they might have been after?
top left corner, there's a flashing red light on a hanging item, and that usually means it's something.
Yes. Yes, that's the camera. I clicked on that already.
Oh, okay.
Executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts? I'm ruined.
Republicans?
Totally
Oh.
ruined.
Yeah, that's a big thing in the book is the difference between people and replicants is empathy. That's actually the basis of the Voight Camp test. That's
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
okay. There doesn't seem to be anything else I can click on unless I'm missing something.
Can't click on any of the
Did you ever do any
cages,
business
or...
with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
I guess I can keep talking to him.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron coat. I have been a guest at
I
his
appreciate the
house
shadow
on
work here.
occasions.
Yeah.
I
There's,
look
like,
I need
obviously some
very
big fan.
artificial product.
So I mean, we got the
continuing to
pre-rendered
rotate.
backgrounds, but you
Yeah.
notice the characters are actually rendered in real time. And with the technology of the day, what they actually ended up doing was the characters are built around voxels, which are basically pixels with like height, width, and
Tell me
depth.
about this Lucy.
Yeah.
There's not a lot
And then
I
they
can
use
tell
a
you.
software
It's
renderer
only
to
worked for
render
me for
polygons
some
over it.
while. She's about
Huh.
14 years old with pink hair.
So it's a very
Very
unusual rendering
How'd you
pipeline.
find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her
Oh,
well?
God, this dude's
well as
even
an
more of a
old
creep. The
pot
girl's
sugar
14.
She got
Yeah.
a task? Or
Yeah.
Like,
someplace
he was
we-
already a creep,
She
but
used to
like,
eat
hey,
her. All my
Yeah.
animals.
now he should just be executed.
But of course, he's the guy that sells the animals. So, okay. See, now that we talked to him enough, we can go and look at Lucy's place, or rather, her.
Hmm.
Oh, look, is it a surviving animal?
A toy dog.
Oh, it's a toy dog.
Well,
Hey, it's the
isn't
monkeys,
that cute?
and they like to monkey around.
Well, isn't that cute?
You probably don't even get that reference.
A candy bar. Yuck.
Rolos?
Yeah.
What is that light blue line?
I don't know. I'm clicking on it now.
Louise in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
So if I'm remembering correctly, I think that is
noodles.
one of the characters from
Well, isn't that
the movie that's actually makes an appearance in the game.
Yeah, doesn't he go to that noodle bar?
Yeah, so there are a handful. Like Sean Young is actually, if you can, were you able to pull up the notes that I sent you? I have a list of all the original actors that reprise their roles. It's fuzzy looking.
Joe Turkel, Sean Young, and James Hong all reprise their roles for voice and motion capture.
Yes, this has something like 20,000 motion capture sequences. It was kind of crazy for a game from this era.
reference from Ogilvy's?
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment.
Right, so should I just keep talking to this guy until he tells me to go away? Because he seems like he comes up with more information.
Oh, he's going to get something for you now, isn't he?
Yeah, he got me the reference for Lucy.
Here you are. I'm ruined.
Totally ruined.
Stick
Yeah.
around. I may not be finished with you.
Funny enough,
Okay,
so the name of the noodle bar owner,
yeah.
he is actually referenced in Fallout 4 because if you go to Diamond City, there's a noodle bar like restaurant as in like the center of the city, which the city is inside Fenway Park. and it's run by a robot, and his name is the name of the noodle bar owner from Blade Runner.
Nice. All right, I think we got everything we can get from him, so I'm gonna try talking to the cop outside one more time, and
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft, the small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
Change.
see if you heard anything.
Vengeance.
Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last night.
There you go. Interesting. So can I talk to the woman now?
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Yep, never mind. All right, so it doesn't look like I can go anywhere else, so I think I will go back to the station.
Click, click.
All right. It would help if these were labeled. There we go. Apartment, police station, Chinatown. Actually, maybe we should go to
Yeah, I was gonna
China-
say you could go to
let's go to
Chinatown and
Chinatown
check out
first.
the noodle bar.
and then we'll turn in all our clues and have them analyzed.
Which makes me kind of want pho for dinner.
Sure.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
Oop.
Excuse me.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Nope.
Sit in an empty chair.
McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
How rude.
More out back.
Go up back. That's a big fat guy. Go around back.
There's a big fat guy.
Good guy.
I'm trying to figure out how. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's follow him. Yeah, we're missing the original movie character, but whatever. Let's talk to
Well,
the
we
fat
can
guy.
go back to him.
Well, something may happen here. We'll see.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. I'm looking for a girl, about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
I think he is lying.
Stick around.
Press
I might
X.
want to talk to you later.
To doubt.
Yeah. Haha. I don't have any. Looks like I probably have to come back with some more info.
Go Jack Bauer on him.
Haha. I can't pull out my gun, but that could probably be bad.
Shoot the soup.
The game does supposedly keep track of your actions, so it's probably a bad idea for me to just whip out my pistol whenever.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
I really hope these are some authentic accents, because otherwise.
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
Okay.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zuben? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new suits.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived.
Yeah.
I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. See you later, Howie.
All right. So I think I'm gonna need some more evidence to accuse that guy. So let's go ahead and analyze this stuff back to the station. Yes, I was reading. So when they were originally putting together the backgrounds, they were working off of Sid Mead's sketches. And they just didn't look right. So they actually called up one of the set designers and asked them about it. And the set designer was like, "Yeah, we couldn't do all that. We didn't have the budget to just actually build this stuff." straight out of the concept sketches. So what they had done is like he told his guys to head to the I have no idea what floor it's supposed to go to.
Laboratory, mainframe, and shooting range. Ground floor. Lockup.
Okay, so I think we want to go to the mainframe.
And shooting range.
So he told his guys to like.
Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting,
they
denied
sent them out to like junkyards and stuff with
and possibly dangerous.
with his budget and had them try to put together what they could from what stuff they could find.
Notices and memos, the usual station junk.
So that's why the Blade Runner looks the way it does, is because they kind of improvise the sets.
A lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
So what they decided to do for the game was have them like use like stock objects and such.
Old copies of case
So they didn't let them like
notices,
custom
memos,
design anything. They had to
station junk.
use existing stuff and put it together. Where am I going here? So that's the shooting range. I guess we go in the Esper room? I don't know. So now I should have some stuff analyzed so I can take a look at it.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
So again, I think I have to talk to somebody else, yeah?
Between the prints, I was looking for 2
Okay.
very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled.
You look at the video yet? No? Let's try using the Esper machine. But I don't have any photos.
Scanning video data.
Oh, there we go. This is let me watch the video.
Enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
All right. So we get to do the thing from the movie.
Oh man, here we go.
All right. Yeah, here we go. Let's Oh, I see. So that's that dude. What's he looking at? Can we so I can't enhance that anymore?
Maybe just try the other photo, maybe so we can at least show off what's going on here.
Yeah.
It might have something more obvious.
Yeah. How do I ah, there we go. I'm gonna do that.
Runciter crime scene.
Ah, here we go.
Aha.
That's pretty obvious. There we go.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
All right, can we enhance his buddy any? Nope.
Ooh,
Oh.
there's someone behind him.
There is. It won't let me zoom in anymore on him, but I might be able to get the license plate.
Yup.
Local license plate. Give me a hard copy of that.
There we go. All right, we got some clues. We clearly got the 2 most obvious clues here. So let's back out of this because it's kind of slow.
Uploading personal clue.
We'll sync that up. I guess we should have. Maybe we should have done that first. Oh well. There we go. I think that's everything we can do here. So
Wait. Is that white piece of paper on the left a printout of the license plate?
no, that's
do you
that
have
should be in
that?
our. Yeah, that should be in our clue database here. Get officer statement, partial license number. Let's just view. So yeah, we got this. We got this. We got the toy dog. Can I go down any? No. And an animal murder suspect. So see, now we have his face, and here are all the clues that
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault.
word that are associated with them.
Ah.
So I think one last thing I want to do before we leave, before we stop rather, is, well, I could shoot at some stuff in the target area. But I do want to talk to the lab to see what kind of analysis they have on this. But I guess, well, I'll do this quick because we do want to show people what the...
Well, if it ain't Ray McCoy, Bryant finally let you play with the big boys.
My clearance.
Let's see what this looks like. All right, I just want to do... I tried to do this quick here.
Hit the lock, Jack.
Target and shoot all threats.
I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this with...
Innocence.
Just remember, the little girl with the quantum physics book is a threat.
Yeah.
You understood that reference, right?
Oof. That's a gun, right? I don't know. Oof.
I think your reticle changes color depending on whether or not they're an enemy or not.
It changes depending on whether you can shoot at them. Oop. But I gotta check whether they actually have guns. I don't think they do. That guy does. That guy does. Ugh. Ugh. I can't tell if that guy has his gun or not.
I actually just went and checked the IMDb page for the woman who voices GLaDOS.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sounds like this is Ellen McLean, but it's not.
That's surprising. It's a pretty big time difference.
So, Crystal Steele, I'm pretty sure that's the redheaded woman you talked to earlier, is voiced by Lisa Edelstein. She's an actual famous actress. People might know her as the person who's in charge of the hospital that House works in.
Okay,
in
there
House.
You go. That's neat.
Also, Jeff Garlin plays the lieutenant.
Yeah, I guess you can run faster by tapping multiple times, so I'm going to try to do that because I really want to be done with this. I accidentally just shot a woman with a baby. I'm not feeling good about this right now.
I was just scanning through the IMDb page for the game, seeing if there was any other people of note. Whomstever.
Okay, well that was terrible, so...
There really wasn't anyone else.
Finish up.
But this actually does have an 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So people liked this game.
Oh, yes.
Mainframe laboratory.
Yeah, it's probably a little slow pace for our show, but I definitely think it's an interesting game.
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. We got the animal corpses from Runson's, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
Haha.
So, Runseter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap
Interesting.
on Anamoid Row.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
They're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank.
So that's
We're
interesting
looking at
information.
some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
So, I've got some other info now that's from
This is Crystal Steele, badge number BR61.
the other Blade Runner. So I know we're running kind of long, but I think we can, with that info, I think we might be able to get something else out of Zubin, so I want to do that quick.
Lockup. Roof.
Who do you think? Should we, who should we pressure to finish up? Runster or Zubin?
Is Zubin the cook at the noodle place?
The cook in the noodle place.
I mean, he matches some descriptions.
All right. Well, we'll talk to him, and we'll finish up there. Let's see what we got. There he goes. Come on.
There's a test I'd like you to take. It won't take too long.
Oh,
Test? What kind of test?
this is
We
good.
have a personality test. Totally routine.
Routine? Ah.
You know what we're doing now, right?
Oh yes. You're getting into a fight.
I am. I guess we're not doing what I thought we were doing. I thought we were going to be doing the Voight Camp test, but looks like we're just chasing the guy down with a gun. So we don't want to shoot that guy because he was just a dude.
Locked.
Oh,
So blast it open.
I don't think I can.
Locked.
Yeah, that's not an option.
Locked.
Locked.
Yeah.
Locked.
Locked.
Okay. Well. So much for our action sequence.
Totally uninteresting.
Oh. We should have questioned that guy. That's unfortunate. But look, yeah, there's the license plate. Yeah, well, I think we should. I don't think we're going to get anything else exciting, so I guess we ought to. You ought to quit here. All right. Well, I think that may have been a bit difficult to show off in our format, but I was actually getting into it.
Oh, I mean, it would be super interesting to actually be playing. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately it took a while to do things that I shouldn't have done that shooting gallery. I didn't want to show off shooting, but it just took way too long.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me quit it after I'd started it, so I had to do the whole thing.
Which is rude.
Yeah, I just wanted to, shoot one or two things to be like, this is what it looks like.
Actually, speaking of the shooting and then remembering Blade Runner references in Fallout, if you play Fallout New Vegas, you can actually get a gun called That Gun, and it's
Yes.
Deckard's pistol from Blade Runner.
Yes, I've seen that.
It's super neat.
Yeah. Plus, other things. So Detroit Become Human. You can actually find Deckard's gun at the initial crime scene where you have to talk down the android that's taken the kid hostage.
That's incredibly fitting.
You can find Deckard's gun under the table.
That's incredibly fitting.
Yeah. Well, it's one of many things Detroit ripped off, but
Blade Runner gets referenced. That's the point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This isn't even. There are more games than this.
Oh yeah.
But so we didn't really have time to really get into it, but I mean, pressing the clues. I mean, there were, there's a parallel investigation being done by the other Blade Runner you meet in the opening cutscene.
And it seems like a super interesting time to actually sit down with it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, of course, again, I wish I had somewhere where I had actually had space to set up my mouse, because trying to do the shooting with the touchpad was not good.
No.
So unfortunately, if we'd be able to do this outside of lockdown, where we were actually playing with the mouse at the studio, then I think that might have gone a little more smoothly.
Perhaps.
Yeah. And that, I like that we were building the case, and it's not like so this is something, I guess, is something they intentionally did, is they didn't want it to just be like standard adventure game puzzles. Because they didn't feel like it made sense for the license.
Yeah.
So instead, the gameplay is built around, okay, well, you have to catch these criminals.
Catch them.
Yeah.
Book them.
And actually, depending on how you act during the game, it can decide whether or not McCoy is a replicant. So
that's wild.
His name is super on the nose because he may or may not be the real
Real
McCoy.
McCoy.
Yeah. See what they did there? Yeah. But so I guess there are 13 endings, but they're like three broad strokes. Either you're not a replicant and you retire all the replicants. You are a replicant and you take out with the replicants. And I guess there's the third ending where you just you pick up with one of the possible love interests and leave town. Basically, how the movie ended. Pretty much.
Ugh.
But so I guess all the endings are like variants on those like three themes.
Neat.
So that's interesting. The game is never exactly the same twice because, of course, you've got the AI characters moving on their own, and which characters are replicants are randomly selected.
Yeah, seems like a super neat time.
Yeah, so I would definitely like to play that more. That was something of something I've been chasing for a while because I remember like briefly playing it at the computer lab at school. And of course, the rights to Blade Runner remain a huge mess. And it took over like good 20 years for them to re-release that game. Not only like it took them like they spent 8 years reverse engineering it for ScumVM.
Wow.
Because the original source code was lost when EA dissolved the Westward in 2003.
Oof.
So basically it took fan programmers like reverse engineering the game to get it working again.
Wow.
So now if you actually have an original CD of Blade Runner, you can play it in ScumVM. But also GOG managed to untangle the results enough that you can buy it on GOG for $10 instead of paying eBay prices for original copies.
Nice.
So I'm happy that it's available again, and I was able to play it finally after all these years.
Something to do in the pandemic.
Yes. Hopefully not too much longer. We'll see.
Anyway.
Yeah.
My faith in humanity is minimal. But yeah, no, that seemed like it's super interesting game.
Yeah, I just wish we could have showed it off better, but
it's a long it like the movie, it's a long burn.
Yeah, it's definitely not good for our format of like playing games like briefly.
No.
But yeah, I hope people will check it out now that it's more widely available because it was a really ambitious game for the time. And it's still kind of pretty ambitious for nowadays, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of modern games that aren't quite as ambitious. So anyhow, if you enjoyed me letting Burp get away, make sure you give this episode a like. If you want to catch future episodes in which we successfully chase down people, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I've been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at NewTechCola.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at IanG Butterfield. You can find the show at RetroGameCNCT, Facebook.com/RetroGameConnect, and RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. Let us know what you thought of the games we played. Let us know if there are any games you'd like us to play. If we can get our hands on them, we might just play them, or we might just retire them.
But most importantly, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.
Whoa!